So now I'm going to tell you a myth. Now there's some magic in myths. Myths sort of work on our bone memory. That's the memory we have, our ancestral memory. It's deep within our bones. And they work as sort of magic if we can park our thinking and our ever-present thoughts. And a bit like going to a Disney movie, and you've got to just going to a movie, you just got to let those go. So I'm going to tell you a myth, and I'm going to invite you just to drop out of any thoughts that you have at this moment in time, and just go with it. And it might resonate, it might not, but we'll just give it the opportunity to work its little magic and find its way into your bones. And when I finish, we're just going to be quiet for a minute or two, just so you can just reflect on the myth and see if there's any message in there for you or any way that you are connecting with the story. So are we ready for a story?
Yes.
Oh, we don't sound like we're ready. Are we ready for a story?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to invite you to come to Germany. I'm going to go through some very, very dark woods. And it's night time. There are some stars in the skies. And walking through the woods is an old man. And he's carrying a little light that's barely there. He's so old that his hair is hanging down lifeless. His skin is so thin you can see all his veins poured across his bones. His teeth are golden, yellow, cracked. His hands are sore, and his feet are cut from where he's been walking. Yet still, he moves forward. Slowly but surely, he moves forward, just holding his light. And up ahead, there is a hut. There's light in the windows, and there's this lovely train of smoke coming up from the chimney. And the old man moves forward. He falls to his knees, but he still moves forward. Finds his way on the pathway up to the house, and with his last breath, he lifts himself up and bangs open the door, falling flat inside the hut. His light goes out. And sitting by the fire is an old lady. Quick as a flash, she jumps out from her chair and she scoops the old man up and puts him on her lap. And then she just rocks him. She rocks and she rocks and she says, there, 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 there. And the moon's high in the sky and she keeps rocking him right through the night. There, 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 there. And what was grey skin suddenly becomes pink. And what was limp, dead hair turns into beautiful golden locks, like hay, like straw. There, 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 there. And the moon sinking from the sky. And the man in her lap has now become a little boy. He's about 2 years old, and he's absolutely gorgeous. Pink skin, beautiful golden curly hair. And just as the moon falls from the sky, the old lady plucks 3 hairs from the little boy's head, and one by one she throws them on the floor. And as she throws the 3rd one on the floor, the little boy leaps up, turns and waves to her, filling the room with love and light. He throws open the door and leaps into the sky to become the morning sun. So I read that from Clarissa Pinkola, yeah, and really the myth. She talks about it being having an idea. So I think she talks. The thing is, what I remember her saying about it might not be what she said about it. Yeah, it's just what I heard. So she talks about that being an idea, having an artist, a creative person having an idea. We're all creative beings. Unfortunately, life in our education system really sort of takes that out of us a little bit. We get into the idea that creativity has to have a purpose or an end, whereas we are just pure creative beings. And so she talks about that, really keeping an idea alive and seeing it to fruition. I think for me, the reason I really love it is because there's something in all of us that is magical. And we can't always see it. And if you'd have seen the old man walking in the woods, you know, you go, that's the end of him. There's no more to be had, you know. But he kept going because there was something of him that took him forward, understanding what his essence was. He never lost sight of his essence, of who he really truly was. And so for me, it's like that. And Lisanne and I had a chat about it, because Lisanne is like, you know, is it really good in that perseverance thing? And I guess some things we chase after, we get really persistent with, that aren't very healthy. I can think of when I go shopping, you know, no, but you know, some things aren't very healthy. But there are other things that are in us that we need nurturing as well. We do need, you know, I need people around me that believe in me, that are going to go there, and we all need that. But it's the 2 things really, not losing sight of that magic that you have and you are, and finding the people that are going to nurture you and not ask you any questions, but just nurture you and nurture that in you, or help you nurture that for yourself. So that's why I love that story.